Hello, this is Larry Martin, a solutions consultant with Beyond 20. Today we're going to show you how to create a running total of time on a major object from a supporting object using an aggregate expression. For example, in your change process, you may have a supporting object that tracks your backout steps for any changes. When you build your change process, you put all of your backout steps into the system and estimate how long they will take if you need to actually perform the backout. If you do have to back out, then you will require your team to put their actual start and end times in to the backout plan. This is then calculated into an actual duration field, which we will then show in our main change form as a total duration for all backout steps in the system. To accomplish this, we'll need to create the following. A supporting object that has fields for time tracking. We're going to use actual start time, actual stop time, and actual duration. It's a number field with a calculated duration expression based on actual start and actual end time fields, which then holds the total duration. Secondly, we'll need a relationship from the supporting object to our major object. In this example, we'll be using change request as our major object. On our major object, again, we'll be using change. We will add a new field called total backout durations. It's a number field with a calculated aggregate expression that totals our backout steps' actual durations. So to do this, let's start by creating our objects. So we'll go into our CSM admin client. We're going to create a new blueprint. We're going to create a new supporting object. That object we will name change backout step. Description fields are always important, so let's go ahead and fill that out. Again, it's very important that you fill out description fields so that yourself or someone else that is helping you support the system knows what each of the objects are doing. We're going to use a public ID. We'll be using the rec ID. Create an index. Now for this, we want it to show up in the search manager, one steps, and expression manager. It's not required, but there may be times when you need to use an expression against it, or you may need to run a one step to validate something. So going ahead and setting that now will save you time in the future. We don't really need to fill out anything on the other tabs, so we'll go ahead and OK that. Now for our backout plans, we need a couple of fields. Those fields are going to be, we'll give it a backout title field. Just a text field, and we'll give them 30 characters. You can adjust this accordingly. We're going to want a backout description. This will be text, and we'll give it a maximum searchable. Then we need an estimated time, and that's going to be a number field. Then we'll need our actual start time. That's a date time field, but time only. An actual end time. Again, a date time field, time only, and then we'll need a total duration. This will be a number field. Now for the properties of our fields, backout title we're not too concerned about. Backout description, we'll go ahead and set the allow multiple lines so it looks nice on our form. Estimated time is a number. We want to remove the negatives. Our actual start time, end time, those are fine as they are. And then our total duration, again, we want to remove the allowed negatives. Now that we have our fields, let's go ahead and we'll create a relationship now. So we're going to save that. Let's go ahead and create a file for our blueprint. We'll just call it change backout. Obviously, I'm using an abbreviated name here, but in your production system, you want to date timestamp your blueprints and give some fairly descriptive information so that you can easily roll back if you need to. We're going to save that. Now for our relationship, we're just going to use the wizard. We're doing a relationship with change. We want at most one change object per each backout step. We do want a reverse relationship. And that reverse relationship, we can have many backout steps on one change request. So each change request can have any number of change backout steps. We're going to select new because neither of these fields are good for a primary key. And we're just going to take change request ID, hit next. Yes, we want to allow full text, and this looks good, so we'll finish that. Next, we want to create our form, and we're not going to do a lot of configuration on the form. We're just going to line things up and make it look appropriate. We're not going to make it look nice. So we need our title, then we want our comments or description. Next, we want our estimated time. Now on our estimated time, we're going to want to change this field to be a spinner. So control properties, show spinner. That'll allow you to increment the time using your keyboard or mouse. And again, we're not trying to create a great form for the purposes of this demonstration. Our actual start time. And again, if you remember, this was just a time field. Our actual end time. And our total duration. One other thing about our total duration, we need to go into our field properties, and in our properties we want to do a calculated value. This calculated value is going to be an expression, and we're going to go new, and this will be a duration expression. So total actual duration, that is going to be based off of our start time and end time. So our actual start time and our actual end time. We want to use the units of minutes. Hopefully our changes aren't taking hours and days. Obviously you could change that if need be. Hit OK. Hit OK. And there we have our expression. And then for our grid, because we always need a grid, we're just going to use the grid wizard. So we're going to save that. Now we need to go to our major object. Again, we're using change request as our major object. So we're going to edit it, and we're going to add a new field. That new field is going to be total backout plan durations. This field is a number field. Again, we do not want to allow negatives. And in the properties, we're going to do another calculated value. That calculated value will have an expression. That expression will be total backout plans. Again, with a description, total of all backout plans for the change. This is going to be an aggregate. The aggregate expression is going to be related to our new change backout plans. Change owns change backout. It's going to be a total, and we're going to apply that against our total duration field. Okay, let's save that. OK that, and OK once again. Next, we need to modify our form. So we'll go into our change form. We're going to save the changes to our blueprint. Here I've made space for this. You can rearrange wherever and put it wherever you'd like. But we need to get our total backout plans duration. I'm going to bring this over here. Now we're going to remove the auto size dynamically so we can resize this field to fit a little nicer. Again, I'm not worried about great form, but we need to be able to see this so that you can see what's happening with our durations here. And we have our field. We'll center those two together. Save our blueprint. So on our change request, we also need to edit the form arrangement, and we need to bring that relationship over so we can see it. So change request owns change backout steps. We'll put that there. So save that and publish our blueprint. No errors found, that's always a good thing. And close. So now that we've published our blueprint, we need to reload definitions. And now we're going to create a new change request. You'll notice that our total backout plan durations is here with a 0 for the counter thus far. Our change backout steps is here in the grid arrangement. We're going to go ahead and bring this up so that we can see it while still being able to see our duration here. So we're going to create a new backout steps. The title, none of that is important right now. We're going to estimate that this particular backout will take 20 minutes. And then for our start time, we're going to put that we started at 1 a.m. and we finished at 1:15. So we took 5 minutes less than we thought. Now notice our total duration on our backout plan. We said that it was going to take the duration of the start and the end time. So that should be 15 minutes. And we have 15 minutes. We also have 15 minutes on our main change form. So far it's looking good. Let's add another 30-minute backout plan. So we're going to estimate this one at 20 minutes, and it's going to take us longer than we thought. We started it at 1:30, and we ended up finishing at 2 o'clock. We have 30 minutes, so that calculation's right. And our 15 minutes and 30 minutes now became 45. Let's say that your technician realized that they had put the wrong actual end time. So we're going to decrement this by 10 minutes, which will change this total duration to 20 minutes and this one to 35. So if we take this back to 150, we went to 20 and 35. So that's how you can keep a running tally on your major business object from information on your supporting object. And you notice that the time changed as we changed, and that's because we used calculated values. I hope you found this useful, and I'll see you in our next video. Thank you.